Let's do it, my friend. Would you like to start?
I will happily take us in here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, worshippers of all ages, welcome to the final day of King of the Sea here at the international bracket. Everybody you see on your screen is going home with some cash. We're just trying to find out how much and whose that is. We're going to start here in game one of the day. This is the semi-final bracket. We're looking at RESIN here in the green top end of Warrior's Path. We are fielding, already we were talking about Libertad. We've got Libertads on both teams here. Peyton bringing one here for RESIN. Fava and a Colombo. We were talking briefly before the game started about how Colombo has kind of become a bit more of a fashionable pick in competitive modes these days after her unique upgrade. Flanked by 4 cruisers, we're looking at Des Moines, Double Moskva, and Svea. First time she's been available in King of the Sea. I don't know what impact she had last weekend. I'll let you talk about that. Let's have a look quick at, let's see, Shimakaze, Harugamo, Daring. Let's see if anything leaps out in these builds. That is a
Not
smoke
really.
Harugamo. We're looking at probably unique upgrade Moskvas. Yes, we are. Fryce probably running unique upgrade Shima. Yes, he is. Daring not running unique upgrade. That's not shocking. That one is a little more torpedo focused. Svea going for gun range. Libertad, a full secondary build. Not terribly shocking there. Zath, what has Rain opposing them with down here in red?
Now, Rain is facing RESIN on the map that they won against TWA. This is Warrior's Path. This was game 2 against TWA. They were the North Spawn. So now in this case, they are the Bravo team. Rain bringing a Delny. That's in Taro, making hard speed for the ACAP. Backed up by Gangbangs, Sherman.
Everybody's stopping. I think we're having a restart.
I wouldn't be King of the Sea finals without at least one restart.
I mean, I'm seeing at least 2 rain ships frozen in time.
Yeah. As I was fixing to mention Gangbangs, he stopped. Nope, they're moving again. They're moving again.
Okay.
So,
all right, we'll keep going.
Well,
keep doing lineup.
Finishing up the lineup then. So there's Gangbangs and a Sherman with looks like one of the Does or Halsey, choosing none of those special points, buff points. This is wild because they're kind of moving and kind of not. And now we got shells out on Arturius's Moskva. We got 2 Moskvas, both unique upgrade. Double Libertad. That's Malamu and Dastard with full secondary. I almost get the feeling, Raptor, like Rain was purposely not running Libertad just so they could do it on the final day and smash people.
Could be.
Triple Moskva. There's Lucar. I didn't catch that one. They have but one Harugamo working its way towards the Sea Cap with John the Ruthless backing them up in a Des Moines. That's unique upgrade.
Well, already some shells going out on Artorius' Moskva. He taking a little bit of damage. And Taro's Delny now spotted here south end of A, coming under fire from Big Boy Svea back there in the smoke. They are going to drive Intaro off this cap. Rain was hoping to get some free points over here. Not going to happen.
Correct. So we'll see how this plays out. Kind of a wild start. Everybody just kind of pumped the brakes and then decided, now we're going to go anyway. You can see Formazing behind Gang with the Sherman. I think they're gonna set up a little bit of Death Snail action themselves. So that's 2 cruisers with smoke.
It seems pretty clear that Gang's Sherman here and Formazing's Moskva. Yep, there comes the smoke from Gang. So that's very obviously we're going to smoke him up to the edge of the B cap. Mad Dog caught a glimpse of that Moskva, knows he's coming, and is beating feet now, trying to pull out of there. And I'm really curious it feels like the Libertad push is going to come up mid, but they just put shells down range on Dastard, so they know at least one of them is there.
Yes.
The pain train starting to go in on Forced to Wash Moskva over here north of C, as RESIN is going to grab the first cap, picking up A on the strength of Fryce's Shimakaze.
Yep, that's what happens when you just send the one ship to one place, and congratulations, RESIN, for picking that up early. It's going to get them tick lead, and it's also going to force some wasted time, as Intaro is going to have to relocate in the Delny.
First radar from Artorius picks up Mad Dog. He takes cover behind an island. Gang's Hydro is banging here on the south end of B. Those torpedoes are easily spotted. He'll dodge those and should be able to grab B. Go ahead.
Take a look at these 2 Libertads.
Are they going channel?
We've seen them shove. we've seen teams shove battleships through the channel before. I think they're going to send one through the channel, and Malamu is probably going to go behind. And
yeah,
I think
Malamu
they're
looks
trying
like
to
he's going to go north.
Yeah, they're going to try
Looks
to
like they're
encircle this Moskva.
Yeah, they're going to try and cut and basically cut off and isolate this 4-ship element right here. I'll circle them on the map. These 4 ships kind of will be surrounded on all sides by Rain forces if this play works out the way it looks like it's going to.
If it works out. Now, Dastard has decided to pull over for some Starbucks, as Puddin likes to say.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised by that.
I think that, you know, they were going to go, and then it almost feels like they were waved off. And the problem with battleships is when you wave them off of a play, it takes a very long time to react and redeploy.
Yeah. Malamu is just chilling. Feva's SAP going down range now, looking at Dastard, who's a little caught out in that channel.
Oh, yeah.
Little bit of solid damage, nothing catastrophic, though.
We were talking about focus fire earlier, Raptor. We already have 5 players who have now damaged Dastard's Libertad.
Yeah,
so
this new
more
mod
than
that
half the
lets
team.
us, this new mod that lets us see these things is really, really cool. I'm a big fan of this one.
Mm-hmm.
They're definitely
Meanwhile,
doing a number on Dastard. They're not splitting them up now. They're going to keep them together.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Dastard has only done under 600 damage in this entire game so far. And he's taken 34,000. Oof.
6 minutes in, and Rain picks up their first cap, 100 points down here as they finally flip B. They've got enough pressure around C, but they can't pick it up. They don't have the tools. There's nothing there. Like, they don't have a destroyer handy where they can just duck into the cap or whatever. So C's going to sit empty for a while. This battle's going to devolve into who can farm out one or more of these Libertads faster.
And I gotta say, I don't like Rain's positioning here.
No,
I really
I don't like it either.
I mean, look at Malamu, right?
Yeah,
Now,
I know.
Malamu using, we didn't talk about it, but he's using that special DCP upgrade in slot 1. Puddin loves this upgrade. A bunch of others love this upgrade because it's American DCP, and so you get 40% extra uptime of.
That's actually really good on American DCP.
Right, so now you're at like 28 seconds instead of 20 seconds of invincibility to fires and floods.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels like RESIN has correctly identified the weak link in Rain's lineup right here. Yeah, Malamu taking a big chunk there from the Colombo SAP.
Oh, yes.
As the Moskva shells, Mad Dog has secured his guns, but he could pop a smoke if he wanted, maybe. I probably won't. Now Dastard basically going to go for it. I think realizing that they have to get something out of this play.
Yes.
If you're Peyton, do you go for the ram here, Zaf, or do you go for the close pass?
You have to go for the ram. I would not risk a close pass. That's just too much if you fail. Whereas Dastard's going to do that right now.
They're
going to get Peyton.
Going for it. They're trying to get Peyton off the board before he can successfully ram. They do. First blood going to Rain, but Malamu's going to be out in seconds. So it's going to be a short-lived lead here for Rain, and they're going to lose Dastard too for this play.
I don't know what
they're going to gain out of it. Like, you're going to lose both your battleships for what exactly?
They're gonna scare the Moskva. We're gonna go with that.
Dastard is 20 seconds from his next heal. Forced to watch may yet go down here. We'll see. Rain has picked up C. The Moskva pushed up while this was occurring. Dastard at this point hoping to get the ram off. Forced to watch, grounded himself.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
He's gonna get it. Definitely an error there from Forced to watch, grounding himself and allowing that to occur. He might have been able to live long enough for his team to pick up that kill if he had played that a little differently.
Now he's forced to watch himself sink.
But now both Rain battleships off the board. They have a little bit of map control, but they're still down points. Both teams down 2 ships.
Yeah, the battleship play, I'll tell you what, the absolute best that they could have gotten, that Rain could have gotten out of the situation, is 2 trades, which is exactly what they got.
Which is exactly what they got. I mean, at the end of the day, I think I think you made the point correctly at the right time, Zath. Once you start shoving those guys up the 7 line, you've got to commit, right? Because once they're in that channel, they have nowhere to go. They're trapped. They're not
Correct.
going to be able to get out of there. And they're in the middle of the map. Everyone and their dog is going to shoot those guys until they're dead. And that's exactly what happened.
And I mention this a lot when it comes to like replay analysis. Battleships project power. When a ship sees a battleship and that battleship has an angle on them, it forces them to really think about, do I want to come out and be shot at by this guy? So when you put the battleship in a position where, one, they're together, and two, they threaten an area, you have to react to that. And that's exactly what RESIN did.
So now, Rain in the unfortunate position, they have to defend their capsule. They have had a lead change here. They've got about a 20-point lead and growing. 10 minutes to play. Plenty of time on the clock for RESIN to try to find a way back into this game, especially since they still have at least one of their big board pieces, and that's this Cristoforo Colombo.
Yes. Yeah, and you can see Fiva is starting to move into position, and he's going to continue. Formazing just gets slapped with sap right there. And that's exactly what's going to happen, is they're going to work their way down these two Moskvas. Gangbarang now open up. He wants to get shot at.
Yeah, if RESIN's going to win this game, it's going to come on the back of Feva's big SAP shells dunking these Moskvas in the middle of the map.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and wait, here comes some more. That's Svea shells shooting towards the rear of Formazing. Formazing knows he can't back up any farther. And then that happens.
Yep, Formazing just getting absolutely hammered here by the SAP. Feva taking a heal. He'll have one more after this. They've got to farm him out. If you're Rain and you can pick up this Colombo kill, you start to feel a lot better about your life. But they've chosen Formazing for death, and he's on his way. We
missed this earlier. Formazing took about 49,000 damage from Mad Dog's daring. Gee, I wonder what hit him.
Could it be conga line torps?
Possibly, although Mad Dog on radar, probably going to die here. Yes. So another trade for Rain.
Yeah, that's a kill that I think RESIN should, I want to say shouldn't have allowed to occur, but that's doing them a disservice. Kudos to Rain for finding a way to pick it up.
Yes, now I said trade, but that trade hasn't happened yet. Formazing's still alive. Fiva reloading, here it comes.
This should end him here. And with wow, he doesn't land quite enough shells.
So Fiva moving up in the Colombo means that the shells are firing at a flatter trajectory. And that's actually bad against a ship like the Moskva. Fiva's going to go down. Yep. So he declared victory too early.
So a couple of things that I don't like about this. I liked Fiva moving up. I don't like him stopping, right? When you are a dead stop battleship, you are so much easier to hit and so much easier to farm out. And now Thrice's Shimakaze opening up with his guns, trying to finally secure this kill on Formazing. They are going to get it at last.
Yes. That's a great play by Price. They know they absolutely have to get Formazing off the board.
They had to clear him off the board here. And so now, Rain, with two Moskvas covering B and C, 2 radars left on Lucar. He's got 1 ticking. 2 radars left on Artorias. Plenty of radar left to defend these zones. It's going to be up to RESIN to see if they can find a way to break through.
Yes. So what I was talking about with the Colombo is the farther the range you have on the Colombo, the more of an arc your shells have, and your sap shells need that arc to be able to land and penetrate that 50mm deck armor. So when Fiva moved up, those shells start ricocheting off the deck instead of penetrating the deck, and there goes your damage.
Yeah, the SAP, and you know, that was one of the big things when you started taking Venezia back in the day when she was new, and you were using her. You would use her in clan battles to dunk on the big Russian super cruisers. You did that at long range because exactly what you're saying, the SAP plunges right through that deck armor, and you get big, solid, full penetration hits.
That's right, and you get too close in the Venezia, and all of a sudden, you better hope that they show broadside, and you can switch to AP. Otherwise, you're doing nothing to them.
Rain reorganizing themselves. Lucar's Moskva and Artorias' Moskva setting up. They're just clustering around this little channel, knowing all they have to do for the next 45 seconds is defend capture zones.
You were saying?
Well, the Harugumo is here.
Yeah, but 45 goes to a minute and a half.
Yeah, he's locked up on Hydro. No way for him to get out of there.
Yeah, that feels bad.
Not anytime soon. Eagle Lance is probably going to die. I can't imagine a world where John's going to let him live.
Now, meanwhile, Svea gets into the B cap. Big boy gets into the B cap. But
actually looks like Svea is going to pick up the B cap. Nope, the reset coming from Intaro's Delny.
Yeah, they're not going to let that happen.
RESIN just making some desperation plays here. Doesn't feel like this is going to work. John's going to kill Eagle, and I'm sorry, they're going to kill the Des Moines, and when Eagle dies, that's the game.
That will be it.
Wow. If you had told me that, because I'll say it, it feels to me like Reign threw away their battleships, Zaf. And if you had told me they were still going to win this game, I would have called you a liar.
Well, there's one thing that Reign is really good at, and that is reacting to situations. Where other teams might, oh, guys, come on, whatever. Nope. Let's reset. What can we do to make it happen?
How big a deal was Forced to Watch's Moskva not living through, giving his teammates a chance to finish off the Libertad before he took the ram? Like that ended up being a massive play.
That was the pebble that started the avalanche, right? The other big mistake was the inability to kill Formazing's Moskva and kind of shoving FIVA in way too early with that Colombo.
A little too soon. I think it seems like they probably would have been better off holding him back until Formazing was dead.
Mm-hmm.
And then you could reposition him to work on one of the other Moskvas, or even at that point, shove him forward and get some trades in or something.
You got it. Well, let's get back to the in-between, I guess.
Indeed, we are back here, and actually, I'm realizing now I hit the wrong thing. There we go. All right, we're one game into this best of 5, ladies and gentlemen. Reign up a game. We're going to North here very shortly.
That's right. Gonna get a commercial break. Get that out of the way.
No. What is that? I hit the wrong button. Dumb of me. Okay. That's the button I wanted to hit. There we go. Okay.
Aha.
A lot to unpack in that game, Zaf.
Yes.
I didn't like the Libertad play when they made it. Mm-hmm. I still don't like it, and it still worked for them. So that shows you what I know.
Like I said, if a team's gonna take an oops and still make it work, Reign's gonna pull it off, and that's what they did. Like I said, the biggest thing that Reign needed was they needed to come in with the trade for each of those battleships that they lost, and that's what they did. If they threw them away for nothing, it'd be a very, very different situation.
Yeah. Yep. It still feels bad to trade a battleship for a cruiser, but if you trade it. Well, they didn't trade. They traded one of them for one of the battleships. But if you trade it for the right cruiser, doesn't feel so bad at that point. Yeah.
And to be frank, with how low that Libertad was at the end for Dastard, he'll take anything. Whatever I can just shove my bow into.
Yeah. He had like 2,000 HP going into that ram, right? He's just like, oh, I can take this 15,000 health Moskva with me. Done. Right? That's a winning trade. We're happy with that. Because I'm curious, and I haven't looked, I wonder how game 1 in the other series went. Has it been reported yet? Hasn't been reported.
No, I'm not seeing
a report yet. Very sad. I was curious.
So for everybody to understand, one of the reasons, they're still going, they're still in progress. One of the reasons why we try to dodge Wargaming Official is because they are the only group that has the power to hold a game, aside from the refs and adjudicators. So they won't start until Wargaming Official is ready to go. That caused a whole host of delays last weekend. That will cause delays. I know. That will cause delays this weekend.
In the finals. Yeah, it will.
And that's fine.
It will.
That's fine. This is
their show.
That's right. It's their tournament. They bought King of the Sea. They own it. We are just existing in their world, Raptor.
I was going to say, it's Wargaming's world, Zath. We're just living in it.
That's right. So, I mean, and that's perfectly fine. And that's the reason why we are bringing you Reign versus RESIN. Truth be told, Raptor and I were both planning on doing Tivat Oh Boy. We both expected Wargaming Official to want to cover Reign RESIN, but I think I think when they realized what we talked about earlier with Oh Boy,
Yeah.
I think they wanted to go and cover that. So, fine, cool. We'll gladly do this one instead. No problem.
Works for me. Works
No
for me.
sweat off my back.
I kind of wanted to cover RESIN. I wanted to cover an NA team at this level of play. We don't often get to do this, Zath. So like I was like, let's do it, baby. Let's go. So yeah. Anyways.
So yeah, so I'm excited to see how this plays out. Remember, it's a best of 5, so we got plenty of games left.
Plenty of games left. Best of 5. Now, refresh my memory. We're still on 5-minute turns between games, right? That's still in the rule set.
10 minutes, yeah, up to 10 minutes. And I will
they
tell
changed
you,
it.
They changed it for internationals. It was 5 for the regionals, and then they changed it to 10.
Yeah, it was 5 for regionals. I remember.
So you can see,
okay.
You can see in the training room battle chat, they said forfeit timer starts at 17, which means you got 10 minutes from 17, which is the official end time of the previous game. So that means we have until 27 to start. We got 5 more minutes before they automatically forfeit, and then the clock starts up again another 10 minutes. So I think they had to change it to 10 because of the fact with it being international, there's language barriers, there's so many other things involved, just to make sure that there is no confusion. Fine, go to 10. Last week, I will tell you, on Sunday when the playoffs started, boy, everybody took that 10 minutes. There was like, it was very rare. Yeah. You know, if we got started early, it was like 8 minutes in or something like that.
Yeah.
That being said, we have both teams readied up. We very well might see an earlier start here. So y'all get ready for this.
Yep. Let me... Since we're in between games, I'm just reminding one of my mods, Xanda, is up stupid early for him.
Yes, it is stupid early for him.
It's stupid early for him. It's not even 5:30 where he is. Not even 5:30 where he is. Brilliant. He's got some giveaways running, guys. If you're watching on my stream, remember, giveaways do not occur in Twitch chat. You can spam anything you want in Twitch chat. You will enter no giveaways, okay? If you want giveaway loot on my channel, you have to go earn it over in Discord.
Yep, and over on my channel, the giveaways are on Twitch. So for those of you tuning in on YouTube, apologies. But we do have, I believe you and I both have YouTube streams up. So great way to dodge the possibility of a commercial break. You and I are really good at making sure that doesn't happen during a game. But on tournament days like this, you never know. There could be a moment we have to rush to catch a game, and we just don't have time to push that stupid button. And so,
speaking of, Zath, we better go. We got 15 seconds.
If that happens, then that happens. Yeah. Should we just skip the intro video?
Yeah, we'll deal with it later.
Let's
These guys have seen North. They've seen North. All right, Zath, talk to me about the rain lineup here in the greens as we spawn into game 2.
All right, game 2, rain lineup. We've got 3 destroyers set up for rain. So that's Harugumo with the 420 Blaze It build, and Taro and his Z42. Our first look at a Z42 in a while. Gang is back in this game-winning Delny that landed 2 torpedoes that were decisive in that TWA match last weekend. For cruisers, we have Lucar in Mosby unique upgrade. There's Artorias and Howdenlu with unique upgrade, of course. John the Ruthless in his Des Moines. I almost wonder if he asked the team, can I please play Colbert? And they said no. And then we've got Formazing in his unique upgrade Moskva. We've got Libertad and, oh, look, another Libertad. So Rain feeling pretty good about their 2 battleships being Libertads.
The only lineup change here is you moved Artorias into Howden Liu. Now he is running that fancy camo, right, that you can win or you can earn by watching the stream today. So that's what it looks like.
That's correct. That's correct.
That is very spooky.
Yes,
right,
and it's even got the smoke coming out from the side and the fog and everything.
I know, right? All right, RESIN down a game here, spawning in the red on the south side of North. Let's take a look at their eastern element, led out by Eagle Lance's Harugumo and a very similar smoke build to what we saw up north. Legends Des Moines, looking pretty close to the same build we saw on John the Ruthless using unique upgrade. Peyton's Libertad, full secondary build with Swift in Silence, or Brisk, excuse me. They call it in the battleship tree. Same idea. Going to move around the map a little bit. Mad Dog's Delny pushing hard for C. It looks like he's going to try and dive it. I'm guessing we're going to see an early radar from Formazing. Backed up by Big Boy's Ragnar close aboard. Behind them, Frice's Shimakaze. It's a 4-destroyer lineup for Resin, by the way. Frice's Shimakaze, same build as last game. Forced to watch Svea. Zath.
KOTS build. KOTS ready.
Build. We have a KOTS ready build on this particular Svea.
No upgrades and no flags. That's an oof.
Yeah, and then all the way at the back, we have Vifire's Moskva with unique upgrade, and Feva's Cristoforo Colombo with unique upgrade as well. There's the radar from Formazing. Going to catch both these destroyers lurking near B, opting to put shells downrange into Big Boy's Ragnar instead of Mad Dog's Delny.
Well, they just don't have an angle on Mad Dog. Lucar slightly does.
Lucar sort of snuck some shells through there. He's going to be able to do it again. Nope, Mad Dog's reversing. Now, I think right now that's Formazing's radar. Lucar's radar is going to go up here in a minute, I'm betting.
Yeah, they're probably waiting a sec for positioning.
Yeah, they're putting shells down range on Mad Dog, hoping for a blind reset. They don't get it. There's the radar from Lucar. So Formazing will probably try to sneak up, but he's going to struggle. It's going to take shells from John's Des Moines to get this reset. Let's see if he can pull it off. 7 seconds. 6. Nope. Resin's early play is going to bag this cap. Mad Dog, they do get some shells in the Mad Dog, but it comes too late to prevent the cap.
Yeah, remember there's a 6-second delay from when that radar button is pushed before everybody else can see it. So Rain tried to time it so they could get at least one salvo in. Unfortunately, they missed.
Both teams now having gotten their elements over to the extreme western edge of the map. Resin a little slower to do it. They are behind a cap for the moment, but by the time they finish capping B, they'll be about 30 or 40, 35 or 40 points between these two teams. Rain already onto E. Looks as if Resin is set up to kind of like receive a push down the 9-10 line, Zath, but both teams are set up to receive over here.
Well, you know, in any sort of tournament competitive play, receiving is optimal. In order to gain map control, you typically have to trade hit points to do it, and possibly a ship. So if you can set up to receive, and you can get the enemy to charge you, you're great. But if both teams set up to receive, then we have a whole lot of angry stares for about 5 minutes before both teams say, all right, let's do something.
Well, angry stares is kind of where we're at right now. We're waiting to see what Resin does. They're down a cap, so it's kind of, as it would say in chess, it's like your move, right? Big Cristoforo Colombo cells going out for John the Ruthless, coming up empty. So it's going to be a bit of a static game here for a spell, I think. Des Moines, John the Ruthless's radar going up at A, looking for that Shimakaze they have to suspect is over there, and not finding him.
Now, I want to comment real quick on Forced to Watch's Svea. So the lack of upgrades and flags feels particularly bad because there's actually a mod that you can download and run called Tournament Ready. And it will alert you if you have readied up in a ship, in a training room, with one of those 3 things missing: commander builds, upgrades, flags. Any one of those, it will say, hold on a second there. Obviously, he's not running the mod.
Yep. Well, 3 points ticking to 2 points. It's an 80-point lead and growing here for Rain. 5 minutes gone here in Game 2. Resin needs this game, Zath. They don't want to go down 2-0.
Oh, of course not. Of course not. So, again, because of the 3 to 2 cap advantage for Rain, they're in that advantageous position where they need to, where Resin is going to have to find a way back in and push.
Feels like the play is coming off of the back of Feva's Colombo here, sailing directly up the 3 line. They have, for the moment, isolated John and Ship Shady's Harugamo over here. 4 ships to 2. They don't have vision on either one of those ships at the moment, but until Rain redeploys an asset over there, that's kind of where we're at. Looks like Malamu is headed that way.
Yes, so Rain has, of course, sensed this. As soon as you see the battleship move, you know the battleship's not moving alone, and so they're already relocating Gangbang and Malamu, and it's going to end up being a 4-on-4, plus Formazing can help as well if needed. So, again, this is why it's difficult to push in competitive, and it's far more favorable to receive.
Svea radar going up all the way over here on the one line, coming up empty. They know Ship Shady's Harugamo is eking out in front, but he is spotted on the surface now, is forced to watch. Gonna pop a smoke and go back dark as John, no longer dark back there, opening fire as the smoke expires, allowing him to get spotted. As Price's Shimakaze will be stepping onto A.
Now, forced to watch because he does not have concealment upgrade, the concealment module. His concealment is 10.3 kilometer.
Yeah, as opposed to about 9.3 or so.
Correct.
With a fully rigged Svea, because she's got 9 kilometer radar. It's like 9.3 surface detection or something.
Correct. So that extra kilometer really hurts in this kind of environment. But he does have the ability to smoke, so I guess it kind of helps there a little.
Well, things are not going idle on the rest of the map either, Zath. Take a look at the 6 line. Lucar's moved into that gap. And the Harugamo, that's Eagle Lance over at E, holding back those points. Frice is going to flip A, and just like that, suddenly board control is in RESIN's favor. They've had to give up some health to get it. I keep waiting for Feva to smoke. There it is.
Yeah, he makes Inky and tries to Homer Simpson out of this. But remember I was talking about trading hit points for board position, Feva trading all the hit points. 75,000.
Choice. They had to give these guys, I think, a bit of a stalking horse to shoot at, and they successfully pulled that off.
Yeah, I do like the decision to step on the E cap for Eagle Lance. That's huge. Too. And I kind of like how they're tag teaming, right? Legend of Formula is like, I got this. And he literally tags out Eagle Lance and takes the same spot.
Now, one of the things we talked about this. Go ahead, Zaf.
Except he comes around the corner, gets himself spotted, and now Dastard's got something to play with. I don't like that part of it.
Not just Dastard, but in Taro's Hydro, somebody picked up Eagle Lance's Harugamo.
Yeah.
One of the things we talked about in regionals, Zath. Oh, they've moved. I see. They moved Lucar up to grab the C cap. Is that North, because it is now a 5 capture area map, plays much quicker than it used to, right?
Oh, yes.
We're 9 minutes into this game. Both teams are closing in on 800 points. And I think part of that is that when they added this as a tournament map, they did not adjust how quickly the cap zones tick. And so this is a very, very fast playing map in this format, and we're seeing it here today. Each team now taking up 1 caps, only 20 points between them, 3 of the caps fully contested.
Yeah, it's very similar to Loop in the regionals, same kind of problem here. So you're absolutely right, and I believe statistically speaking, North is the quickest of the maps in the rotation.
It is. We looked at this in regionals. It absolutely plays about 10 to 15% faster than any other map. They're really hammering Gang Barang here. Is he going to take a torp? He's not, but he is still well spotted. Frice just mercilessly working this spotting advantage. Gang Barang has to just sit in there and weather it. They can't afford to let these points tick up any faster.
Yeah, but Frice, being forced to turn away now because you can see John the Ruthless advancing with the Harugamo. They don't know the Harugamo is right behind him.
Yeah.
But that radar threat,
that
they
radar,
have to give up
Frice is already inside that radar bubble. So a big push, a big return push from John and Ship Shady, and RESIN is forced to retreat a little bit.
But take a look at Peyton, just walking into the decap by himself in his Libertad.
Yeah, looking for shots on Dastard. He's got him. Looks like he might have overlet it just a smidge. No, right down the middle.
Not
only
bad.
About 8,000 or 9,000. He's got to be careful. He's going to sail out of that cap. We've had a lead change now. RESIN on about a 20-point lead and growing. At the moment, they have a cap advantage, but it is narrow. This game is going to come down to somebody dying at the wrong time.
Yeah, and I almost wonder if that's going to be Lucar. He's at 14,000 hit points.
I mean, you almost feel like Peyton should have picked up this cap. He's about to. There he goes.
There he goes.
That's going to put a lot of pressure now on Rain. We're now 60 seconds from a RESIN win in a game that's, well, it's probably a must-win for them.
Absolutely.
Lucar ticks a heel. He's back over 20,000 HP as Malamu's Libertad now pushing the C cap.
Yeah, look at Vifire now in the Mossfa being forced to back off. He's on double fire right now.
Yep.
Nice AP into Malamu, but this is a bad.
Well,
Oh,
and
look at
Lucar, he's got
Lucar.
to be careful. Yeah. Fire knows Lucar is there. He's got him on Hydro or something. They know he's there, so he knows he can't back up.
Oh.
Ooh. Legend
Remember,
going down on the ECAP, flips the lead. But Dastard is very low.
But still alive.
3,400 HP in this cap.
That's what I was talking about with. I didn't like that the Des Moines. Yep.
There
I
it is.
did not like that Des Moines went up.
30 seconds now from a Rain win here in this game. 2 ships very, very low for Rain, but RESIN does not have the assets in position to pick up those kills.
Nope.
15 seconds now.
Yep. They kept Peyton in D to get shots on Dastard. Couldn't get the kill. If he could have, instead of going for Dastard, done something about Lucar.
Malamu gets to a heal. It's not going to happen.
Nope.
The only way this happens is if somebody screws up. They're trying. No, Dastard got to a heal as well. Wow.
That's it.
I called it.
That's it.
They died at the wrong time. Man.
Remember, this is a best of 3, so Rain is 1 away.
Now, I got to say, Zath, it felt like I liked the RESIN play over at A, but at one point I looked over and they had like 4 or 5 ships over there, and it felt like they had pulled too much over to that flank, and then they all retreated. They like gave the cap back in an area where they actually outnumbered John.
Yes.
And Ship Shady.
Yep. What a game. What a game. Speaking of games, I don't know if you know this, Raptor, if you've seen it yet or not, but Oh Boy is up 1 game over Tivat in the other side of the bracket. Yeah.
I have seen that.
Interesting. How interesting. There's always that little pause in between, like, oh my goodness. Okay, well, let's get a couple things out of the way, and game 3, Raptor, it could be a 3-0 knockout for RESIN.
It could be this quick for RESIN. I mean, again, they're not going home empty-handed if they get knocked out here, but I feel like for them to make it this far and possibly get swept, if I'm on that team, I'm disappointed, right? Mm-hmm. I would love to see them at least force a game 5, but either way, this is do or die for them if they want to earn more money. I'm serious. Like, you got to show up and win this game if you want to win more cash, and then you got to win another one, and then you still got to win another one. So I don't know what to tell you, boys. Good luck.
Yep, exactly. And for us, I'm starting to see some people in my chat reporting they got their drop, which is fantastic.
Yep, been seeing that a little bit as well.
Good to see.
Mm-hmm.
So, hopefully you enjoy the tournament enough to stick around.
I'm a little surprised, man. I'm watching the game on the channel now, right? And we're watching these guys kind of try to focus Gangbarang down in this Delny. He just sits there and takes it, right? He just sits there and takes all of this fire. Like, he's barely moving. He's jockeying backwards and forward very slightly. Mm-hmm. But by that point, behind him, you can see there are 4 or 5 RESIN ships in that theater, and they're about to surrender the ACAP back. That just feels awful.
Yeah. And they have to do it because of a single Des Moines with that radar threat.
Well, and yeah, because they don't have a way to threaten the Des Moines, right? Yep. Feva is there in his Colombo. Like, I'm looking at this, I'm kind of watching the game, but his guns are looking somewhere else. It's almost felt like he pulled too far back. If they had kept him up near that island where he would have been in a position to exert influence over both capture zones, I'm willing to bet John would not have been quite so interested in pushing quite so quickly.
Still, I really don't like that decision, and I'm seeing it on my stream now from that 5-minute delay of pushing that Des Moines into, like, tag teaming where the Gumo was. I get that you want to free up the Gumo to, walk around, smoke and shoot things, torpedo stuff, and spot, but that Des Moines pulled up way too far, and as soon as he got detected by Dastard, I'm like, all right, he's gone. We know
I like the play. I like rotating him up there, but he should not have been sitting like bow north on that. He needed to be completely behind that island, right? Like,
Yes.
absolutely. Look, your guns are not why you're here. Don't
Yes.
worry about them. Just get
Yes.
behind the island and prevent these points. That's why you're here.
Exactly. Now, if he's playing a Salem, I could see maybe the argument for
different.
coming forward and poking your nose out and just taking some shots,
trading a little bit,
opportunities.
because he can weather the secondary barrage that's coming a little better. I agree.
Correct.
But he wasn't in a Salem, right?
No.
So,
And the problem with him getting spotted is not only did Dastard have the ability to open up with both his primaries and secondaries, but the Howden Lu was also able to Dutch oven him. And we know that there was some Howden Lu damage in there. We don't know how much, but there was a decent amount. Actually, I might be able to find that out for us. Give me a second. I think I can find that out.
by like just asking.
No.
You can pull the replay, and you can pull
That's
the
exactly what I am doing, sir.
pull the render. The render would possibly help you out with that.
Un minuto, por favor.
Un minuto, por favor.
But otherwise, so you're also on YouTube, yes? We
Yes,
talked
sir.
about that a second ago. So just a reminder to everybody that both of us are also streaming on YouTube. So in the odd event that you get stuck watching a commercial break on our channel, you can flip to the other person's channel on Twitch, or you can, of course, have the YouTube up and running. The big brain is to have both of those going so that you can just switch between tabs if you need to. Kind of like you and I, we're old-fashioned, right? Remember the old days of you're in the car, you're listening to a radio station, goes to commercial break, you flip to another channel, and you pray to God
yeah.
there's not a commercial break there, too? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, let's see if I can get this to work.
All right, the game's ended over there, so I'm going to push an ad roll now so that folks aren't missing anything important.
Arturius's Howden Lu only scored 27,000 damage that game. Only 27,000. Huh.
Most of that probably came. He had a couple of bomb drops on not Dastard, on the Libertad. Who was that? It was Peyton. Peyton moved his Libertad into the decap, right? And he was dropping bombs there because that was a good shot for it.
Yeah. So he did 4,000 damage with HE primaries. The rest of that 27k, so that's about 23,000 he did with his Dutch ovens. Only started one fire for 420 damage. Huh.
I mean, given what he's dropping bombs on, I'm not surprised. What's the deck armor on those Pan American battleships like? I haven't looked. Is it 32 mils like the French and the Brits? They're soft, aren't they?
I want to say it is, but I'm afraid to back out and check.
No, I'll do it third party. Hold on. Pan America. Let's just pull Libertad and look at the 3D model. Survey says
51.
51. Okay. My 3D model is still loading here in the web browser, so.
I mean, when in doubt, just ask the training room. Somebody there knows.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh no, this is not showing me what I want. There used to be a way. Armor model. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, 51 for the deck. Yep, that's exactly right.
Yep. Well,
Okay.
Raptor, game hath begun, sir.
Has it? Oh well, goodness! I better get my crap back together.
Yes, indeedy.
All right. Well, let's see how this goes as we head to Hotspot. We should have played the video, I guess.
That's all right.
That's all right.
So
All right,
let's take a
hit
look up.
this. Hang on one second.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go. Give me the green lineup as soon as I find them.
All right. Also, big hello from Sir Voodoo Popeye saying hello to you, sir. Anyway.
Excellent. Go.
On the green, this is Rain Hotspot. One away from a 3-0 sweep of RESIN to make their way into the finals for International. We've got 4 destroyers for Rain. Ragnar, John the Ruthless, I don't know if you would consider that a promotion or a demotion, going to a 4 Sherman. We got a Delny and a Harugumo, your typical 420 build. Formazing is now in a Des Moines, although he's going for reload instead of unique upgrade. We've got 2 unique upgrade Moskvas, and the 2 Libertads. I get the feeling like Rain really likes their Libertads, Raptor.
I mean, it's been working for them so far. Why change it?
Yep.
RESIN not making too many changes, even though so far it really kind of hasn't been working. They're also running a 4 Destroyer lineup. We're looking at double Delny, that's Mad Dog, and Eagle Lance, backed up at close range at the moment by Frice's Shimakaze. The 3 of them dashing for C.
Yes.
I'll be really curious to see how that works out. Big Boy's gearing headed over towards the 9-10 line. Looks like he's going to hook up with Legends Des Moines and Peyton's Libertad to play that particular flank. Vifire's Moskva moving directly up the 8 line. Looks like he's maybe going to hang over there as well. And then that leaves just Feva's Colombo and Forced to Wash Moskva back here along the eye line, obviously playing farther back so they are not spotted anytime soon.
Yeah, this map is kind of wild. We've seen a lot of teams really kind of try to figure out what works. We've seen the Destroyer, charge into C before. We've seen teams try to go up the 9-10 line.
I'm watching the Moskva radar circle slowly cover C. Mad Dog's Delny is outside of it.
Yes.
Eagle Lance's Delny is about to fall into it, even though Eagle himself is not in the cap. So there we go. Frice is right behind. Looks like he's also going to get in there. All right, so now, there comes the radar, so they can now see the Shima and the Delny. They cannot see Mad Dog.
Correct.
And he's the one right now who has the majority of the cap points.
And
now
they just saw him.
He slows down, and the entire bloody team now firing at these guys. It's not going to come in time, though.
No.
They're going to pick it up.
So they do come away with the cap. More importantly, they come away with a pretty good amount of hit point pool still remaining.
Yeah, they're going to cough up a little bit of HP on these Delnies, but they have heals for a reason.
Well, Gangbang opens up, and it's interesting to see Mad Dog giving battle despite backing off. I feel like he's being a little too aggressive here.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree, especially since they haven't actually hit Gang yet.
Yeah.
John the Ruthless is Hydro banging away, picking up all of those Delny torpedoes headed back towards Artorias. Can't see his Hydro range on the map, but he'll probably pick up some of those Shimakaze torps as well. They have no way to defend this cap from John because they have no way to spot John without face spotting him with Frice's Shimakaze, which they could do. Frice trying to work on that here.
And of course, the big reason why you take a Sherman is because also it's got the Hydro. So John can just sit there with the Hydro banging away.
Beautiful Hydro on that ship.
Well, Resin will come away with the decap because there's only one ship to guard it.
Yeah, they've pushed 4 ships over here up the 9-10 line, and for the moment, they're going to own this whole map. In fact, it feels like they've already figured that out. Look at Peyton. Already just flipping a U-turn and headed back due west, trying to be relevant in this match.
Now if I'm Feva's Colombo, I've got shots on Artorias. I'm looking for shots on Artorias. As a matter of fact, he has already connected. He connected a few times early, but he's moving on.
He definitely has. He's put 25k into Artorias already, but he's turning his guns now, looking somewhere else.
Well, I think once again they're looking for that push up that 1-2 line, but it's going to be 4 versus 5, so good luck.
Well, we'll see how they decide to push that, because they can always rotate Frice over there, and Zath, nobody wants to push into a Shimakaze.
I mean...
Now, Big Boy's gearing is a little bold here. They've got Intaro clearly spotted way over on the 10 line. Big Boy's trying to kind of keep him lit, playing games with his throttle, trying not to get spotted himself. They caught a glimpse of Malamu's Libertad. They know he's back there as well.
I do like this play here because it's going to zone out the Delny. The last thing you want to do in a competitive environment is allow a corner of the map to remain under control of an enemy. So they have to continue to work their way up and push Intaro's Delny out.
Gang takes a decent, solid hit there, I think, from the Colombo. Yep, about 6k there out of Feva's guns.
Yeah, but Feva's paying the price for that insolence as all the shells come in on him now.
He is indeed. Trying to burn through a heal here, survive the fires that the Moskva and the gang are dumping on him here. Gang just kind of like, man, don't care. Don't have a care in the world. Just going to sit out here and farm you. Comes another SAP salvo. But it all misses.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a 6-point lead for RESIN right now. Excuse me, a 9-point lead is the max they can get as we're 6 minutes into this game. They're trying, it looks like Fries is trying to snuggle back in over here in the extreme southeastern corner of the sea cap, knowing that it'll draw out a radar from Artorias, but also knowing that from his position, Artorias will not have shots. It'll have to come from the Sherman when the radar finally connects.
Meanwhile, take a look at B as Fries is fixing to back it, or sorry, C, as Fries is fixing to back into the sea cap.
Yep, that's what I was just talking about.
Yeah.
So he's in there now. He's gonna try to draw out the radar, I think. I think he's intentionally trying to bait one of these radars out. Yep, there it is. That'll get him, probably get him to move. John has pulled so far back, he can't contribute to this fight. But Arturius can't really move forward too far because of the torpedoes. They've now got clear eyes on Peyton's Libertad moving through the islands over here. In fact, shells coming in from Lukar's Moskva on that as well.
Yeah, he's got a nice angle. Peyton the Rock Hider is going to hide behind a rock.
Yep. Big, big rain push coming down the 1 and the 3 lines over here. Feva's Colombo pushed back, forced to watch his Moskva pushed back. Both Delny's running for their lives at the moment. Delny torpedoes out here looking for Gastard's Libertad. Might take one of these. I think he's going to take one of them.
I don't think so.
Nope, he's got enough speed to turn out of it.
It's that inherent extra boost.
Yep. As now they are firmly onto the B cap. RESIN's, both teams kind of now pushing in a counterclockwise circle.
Commence toilet bowl.
Commence toilet bowl action for the moment. Rain is trading a little better in terms of total health pools, but it is
we have
not a significant gap.
Nope. For a while we had some hot Libertad on Libertad action, but that has expired.
Yep. Moskva Hydro still ticking as Fries continues to send torpedoes his way.
Yeah, they got to get back on the sea cap, step on it, do something.
Yeah. They're falling behind now, but it's a little slower here. The game here plays, of course, slower than it did when it was north.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's only about a 40-point lead and growing for RESIN. You get the sense that somewhere in here, oh man, these guys at B have been pushed almost all the way back into the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like Rain is defending the RESIN push better than the reverse.
Yes. Well, and part of that is if you look at J1, the very bottom left corner of the map, there's an island there. There's something that's preventing the extreme, kite away. So that itself makes it more difficult for RESIN to play that kiting game.
Mad Dog opening up here, starting to try and put some pressure on Dastard. As the Ragnar, that's Gang, rotating back towards mid. We got a radar coming up now from Artorias, picking up Fries, where he's been lurking on the southeast corner of the sea cap. Peyton's been sitting here a long time, Zath.
He has. I think he's been looking for shots. I think he's been looking for Rain to do something at sea to kind of push, but they don't need to. So Peyton's in a position where he needs to find something else to do, and he's got some shells on Dastard now. Dastard's at 2K. And dead. Huge kill for RESIN.
That's a big, big kill for RESIN. Not only does it narrow the points, but it removes one of the board pieces that might let them recover the B cap should they decide to push that way. John's actually trying to turn around in this little island chain over here, Zath. This is not easy to do in a battleship. The Hydro, Artorias' Hydro had expired, and the gearing torpedoes just happened to fit through the little narrow gap between Malamu and Artorias. And now they're bringing John over with his hydro and his smoke as well.
Yes, we have double hydro going now, so John the Ruthless's hydro is expiring as Artorias' continues.
They're trying to hold on to the C cap as long as they possibly can, as now RESIN is starting to get reorganized for a push back towards B, knowing that the pieces may not be there for Rain to defend it.
I think the big thing is Malamu, if they can farm Malamu out. John smoking that combo up, though. Do we have a radar range? We do, and Vifire's radar is up now.
Yep, they can see Malamu in there. They can, and all these torps are coming, so they know Fryce's torps are coming. They're spotted on hydro. I don't. What
Torp sandwich coming in from the north and the south.
Yeah, I don't think Malamu's going to be able to dodge all of these. He's going to find a way to dodge the Shima torps. No, he's not. No, he's not. Fryce is finally going to bag him here. Down to 7K. They've got to get this kill. They need it so badly. They're going to get it. There it is. So just like that, both Rain battleships off the board. Now RESIN has to find a way to parlay that into a win. They are still down points. They're still 90 seconds from a loss. And they now have a two-ship lead.
For Amazing Des Moines radar says, you're not coming here. But they need to. These two Delnies need to just sit, and it doesn't matter if they're being shot at. I mean,
they've got to get in there, and there's portions of that. The radar's down now. They've got to get in there.
Yeah. And Peyton needs to get in the sea.
Yeah, he really does. Like, this has taken forever to get him turned and angled and everything.
Well, that's what happens when you make a 20-point turn.
Well, here's the problem. Fryce is caught out on radar, getting absolutely gangbanged by everybody. If he dies, they will not have the time to make any more plays.
Mm-hmm.
He's burning, more shells coming in. He's going to go out, and when he dies, they're going to have seconds.
15 seconds to go.
15 seconds. Payne's going to step onto C. That's going to buy them some time. Literally seconds only. They are going to pick up Artorias. The question is, are they going to pick him up in time? 991, Artorias burning.
Oh, big hit there on Peyton from Artorias.
Yeah, wow. They've got to make this play. They don't have a choice. 994, they get it.
Ooh, 3 points to victory denied.
This buys them some time. But Peyton is now in under a tremendous amount of pressure. They may burn him out.
Well, there's the DCP. He doesn't have the DCP upgrade module.
But he's 18 seconds from a heal. He needs a big hit on this Moskva or somebody.
And he's got Delny torpedoes coming in, too.
He's trying to get back angled again. He's going to get to his heal just barely. Does he have a way through the torpedoes? He does, if he can spot them. I think the torpedoes are going to get him, Zap. They are.
Yeah, he started turning the other way.
He's going out.
There it is.
There it is. So
now Vifire does kill out Lucar.
45 seconds. So there's, so we trade a couple of ships. It's still a 90-point lead for Rain.
Big boys should be able to get in C in time.
Yep, they're going to get to C in time, but is it going to be enough? Because they're having to push hard up the 1-2 line as well. I think they've got to get on these caps. I don't think they're going to be able to bag 4 Amazing in time. They are trying. 17 seconds now. When they step onto C, that's going to buy them a few seconds. Okay, 30 seconds now.
Still, Formazing going dark. No, he's still spotted because he's shot.
Yep, they've got ships close enough now to get through the smoke penalty. He's healing, trying to push through it.
Viva's shot's coming out.
Dark in there.
This is the Praise.
This is the Colombo moment. They need these shells to win. They get it.
Huge kill.
Both twice now, Rain gets over 990, and RESIN bags a last-second kill that keeps them in the game. And I think now, finally, Zath, RESIN can breathe easy and claim game 3.
Yeah, I would not. I would not until it says game win. Like, that's how close this is.
They are gonna pick up gangbang here at the very end, but it's gonna happen right after they time out. And there it is. Wow, what a game. What a comeback.
What a battle. What a battle to force a game 4.
Woo! Lots to take in on that one. I am glad to see them push and take a game, though, Zath. That makes me very happy.
I'm excited too, because you know where we're going?
We're going to Trap.
We're going to my map, baby.
Oh man, you're so weird with this thing. Like you claim it like you own it, and you're so
Damn
weird about
right.
it because every time you do it, you then act like you claim you own that map forever. It's so
Yes.
weird.
Yes, I do. And by the way, teams love banning your map, so congratulations on that. As you can see,
I don't
Resin
even know.
banned your map.
I don't even know what that is, Zath. You act like I notice these things.
Your map is Shatter. It's the only map with your
Is it?
voice in it right now, right?
I
In
don't
the
pay
intro.
attention to this stuff, man. I don't do these videos anymore.
I know yours was so good; it's still there.
I guess. Like I don't know. What's funny is when I actually sit down and watch them, I remember writing the scripts. The scripts have not changed significantly in 5 years, right?
That's interesting.
They haven't. The only thing that's really changed is the description of the capture zones. But that little paragraph at the end where it's like, you know, these moss-covered trees and tall evergreens, right? I wrote that stuff years ago, and that hasn't changed. No one's ever messed with it. So it just they still use it.
Yes. Hey, so going back to that story we were talking about earlier, you know, the team that didn't participate in KOTS, yeah, they're up 2-0 over Tivat right now.
I'm not surprised. It's going to be interesting to see. At the moment, we're on a trajectory for a Rain Oh Boy final, but Resin has some things to say about that, as we just saw. So we'll see how that goes. I would be fascinated to see a Resin Oh Boy final, but we have a long way to go before we get to that point.
That would be the stuff of legends. It really would.
This is how legends are made, Zath. Isn't that what the video says?
I think so.
See what I did there?
No.
No, you didn't. I know. I'm useless. I'm so bad at this.
Oh, goodness. Stick around, guys. We only got 3 more hours to go.
Exactly. No big deal. So, guys, remember, we're between games. So over on my channel, you'll find giveaways in Discord. I will probably there will be an ad roll running by the time you hear my voice, just to make sure that we get all that stuff taken care of in between games, so you're not missing actual action.
Yes,
we try to be pretty good about that.
Yep. And then over on my chat, we do have the automatic timer thing. Just doing it. It's just easier that way. I don't need to, although my moderator Puddin, who was my co-caster last weekend, is awake and alert and communicating in chat. So that's cool to see, but was not asked to be here. So appreciate that, man. Also, I am running Stream Raiders off stream, so if anybody does that sort of thing, there you go.
Xanda, of course, one of my mods who's helping out running giveaways this morning is a West Coaster. So he was up at like 4:30 or something. And I didn't ask him to do that, right? He was like, he pinged me a couple nights ago and was like, hey, I'm going to be up. I was like, are you serious? Get some fucking sleep. Like, what are you doing? He goes, nah, that's cool. I'll be up that early anyway. And I was like, all right. Like, I'm not going to tell you no, because you know how to do this and you're good at it. But like, I'm happy to go find another mod, you know, who can like help me out with this. Are you kidding? Come on.
Right. And you know, for me, it's just like, you know, when Painter shared his bot at, I think it was the regionals, like that freed up so much, because a lot of the mods that you and I have, because both of our communities are just the best, right? They're great. They don't cause drama. There's none of this BS where you have to ban people or time people out. Most moderators on a lot of channels, guys, they're cleaning up chat. They're making sure people aren't toxic and stuff like that. We don't have to deal with it. So the biggest problem that our moderators have is like literally giving away stuff to people. Like, that's a good problem to have, I gotta say.
It is. I've noted over the years several times to my mod team, like, you guys work hard. Like, your contribution is not insignificant, but isn't it nice to know that we don't really have major problems? Like, the community is pretty easy. The spam bots tend to come in waves, and so we just deal with it and move on. It's generally not that bad.
Wait, you're telling me you don't want easy viewers? Oh, okay.
Oh my God. I got so sick of that. Was it August? It felt like when you and I were doing King of the Sing back in August, one of those would show up and chat like every 10 minutes. I was like, what is happening? Why is this a thing all of a sudden? Lord have mercy. That was irritating.
Yep, yep. For the longest time, I was follower only chat, and that was partly because you had to be a follower to win on my channel. And then I
Right.
said, you know what, to hell with it, let's just get rid of it. And like, I kid you not, 30 seconds after I removed follower only, I got an ad for for followers. Like, are you kidding me? Like,
I believe everything you're telling me right now.
are you kidding me?
All right, I'm fixed to push this ad roll. I'm just waiting for things to catch up.
No worries. Let's go ahead and put the intro video on.
Yeah, let's do that, because we wouldn't want to deprive viewers of your map, Zath, would we?
That's right. We wouldn't want to miss my map. That's important.
All right, sure.
Among the volcanic
While
islands
following
of the
the
South
trading room
Pacific,
down.
opposing fleets vie for dominance across a small archipelago. This tropical paradise will shortly be sullied by the sound of gunfire, and only one team will be declared champion. This is Trap. Trap is a 42 by 42 kilometer domination-style map with 4 cap points running in a line from southwest to northeast. The A cap is in the bottom left, B is in the center, and C and D are in the top right. Previously located by the southwestern island chain, the A cap is now centered on the corner. With a radius of 15.5 kilometer, the new cap provides plenty of space for smoke destroyers and radar cruisers to play inside. Push too far, however,
I had brain damage.
It's all right. We interrupt myself to bring myself.
Bring
to
myself,
speak.
that's right. Allow myself to interrupt myself.
Myself.
All right, well, let's do this, Zath. Let's start here. I should have let that video finish, but I failed. So let's just start this off here as we head into Game 4 on Trap. Of course, Rain back here in the green, in the north spawn, bringing a 4-destroyer lineup. Gangbarang back in the Delny. John in a Ragnar this game. A man of many talents, John the Ruthless, swapping ships feels like every game almost. Ship Shady now in a Harugamo. Well, we've seen him do that before in the 420 Blaze It version. Intaro now in another Delny, headed up towards the CD flank. Artorias is Moskva here, looking like he's going to hang mid. Nukar's Salem rotating north, passing high-fiving Four Amazing's Des Moines as he heads south. Malamu's Colombo headed towards the south flank. First time we've seen Rain bring a non-Libertad battleship, Zath. As Dastard sticking with the Libertad, also heading to the north. Talk to me about RESIN.
All right. Well, RESIN in red this time. Again, bringing, looks like 3 destroyers. That's Eagle, Lance's Shimakaze. And we've got Big Boy in a Ragnar this time. And Mad Dog also in a Shimakaze. Point to mention about Mad Dog, he is a bit of a destroyer prodigy. We've seen him play destroyer a lot in competitive. And he really likes that Shimakaze. Cruiser-wise, we've got unique upgrade Moskva, another unique upgrade Moskva, double Venezia, which is really cool to see, both of which are using the unique upgrade, and then Fivagi is back in his Colombo again, he really likes that ship, and Peyton in the Libertad again.
Well, yep, Fea and then Libertad. So both teams running Libertad and Colombo.
Correct.
Now, you saw a little more of Trap in, I think, regionals than I did. Did you see this map played last weekend in internationals?
A little bit.
Okay.
Yes.
We've seen a lot of different teams take a lot of very different approaches to this map. What did you see in international play?
Well, the one thing that I wanted to mention that we haven't seen, we're not going to see this game, is the destroyer charge to the opposite cap, C or D, up to the north. So like the Alpha team trying to go to D cap with like a 3 destroyer hit squad. That's not happening this game, which is wild because that's been a fixture of this map so far. The other thing that we've seen a lot of is honestly really big fights on the bottom left corner at the A cap. That cap being so large, you can just toss a ship on it and hold it forever. But we've seen a lot of teams really try pushing for it, which is interesting.
Well, you're going to see something that in this map, I think. Malamu's Colombo is spotted. Mad Dog, I think, following his radar location, I'm guessing he has RPF. He does. He's trying to get eyes on Gangbarang. He does.
Yep.
So they can now clearly see Gang trapped up against the edge of the map. And with the Venezias moving together, they can sort of tag team their smoke. And here starts to come the SAP.
Yes. Now, Venezia's unique upgrade, it replaces the concealment module, gives it an extra charge of smoke, so you can see that they each have 5 smokes to be able to use. It also speeds up the reload of the next smoke. So with 2 Venezias, they can essentially smoke train. As long as they coordinate, they can smoke train almost indefinitely.
Gangbarang almost turned north back into an existing torpedo salvo that Mad Dog had put out, but that did not hold. Those torpedoes ran out of gas.
That can happen.
I guess Mad Dog is running the 12s.
Yes.
Okay. So now, Forced to Watch has taken over the lead with his smoke still ticking. So these Venezia is basically back-to-backing on the smoke here, trying to dunk Gangbarang's Delny.
Yeah, they have to be careful because they can keep smoking up to a certain point, and eventually they're going to smoke into a radar range, and then their smoke doesn't matter anymore.
True, but I mean, with all the friends they have there, are they really scared of a single Des Moines? I think the answer is no, Zap.
Probably not.
Now
that is true.
We've certainly had some early damage trades across the B cap. Big Boy coming off much worse for the wear, so it looks like Rain's going to pick up B early.
That's all right. He's in a Ragnar. He's got to heal.
Venezia smoke finally expiring at the bottom end of the board. Mad Dog now caught out by radar up against the map edge. Harugamo, that's Ship Shady for Mazing. All putting shells downrange on Mad Dog as here comes the Colombo SAP as well. Oh, dunked. Mad Dog's going to sneak away and get out of that radar range.
Would you like to revisit that comment earlier about who's afraid of radar?
Now he is going to put one good torp into Formazing, whose Hydro was running. They caught a glimpse of Formazing in there. He takes a little bit of SAP. And now, check it out, Zath. Vifire's smoke is back already. So now the Venezia is tag teaming the smoke again.
If you ask me, the bigger story, though, is FIFA G smoking Legend of Formula's Moskva forward. I love this.
This is some really clever teamwork we don't always or generally see, right?
And there's the radar.
You see teammates share smoke, but not generally the crawling smoke like this. This is very, very cool to see. Now, they're taking salvos at Ship Shady's Harugamo. I guess they've finally just tired of firing at Gangbarang because he can heal it back.
I mean, 2 things about this. One, they're just not able to hit Gang as much as they want. And 2, Harugamo is the more important asset right now.
Yeah, she really is. With the smoke, she really is the linchpin of that whole thing. Legend, T-boning the island, trying to hold up here so Malamu doesn't absolutely just dunk him.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's how you stop in a hurry in a ship in this game. Literally.
Ship Shady down to about 10,000 HP. Legend could use some smoke of his own. He's 100% going to be a pick target down here as Resin does bag the A-cap.
Smoke is reloading. It's 2 minutes away.
Oh, I know. Legend needs to reverse and get some hard cover.
Speaking of smokes,
he's going to take a lot of pain before that occurs.
Forced to Watch as smoke runs out, and Vifire smoke is not available just yet. So a little bit of a mistime there, but whatever. At this point, it doesn't matter so much, I suppose.
Well, Rain up about, what is that, about 60, 70 points almost here. But certainly still anybody's game here. We're not quite 8 minutes into Trap.
We have Libertad in smoke up to the north. That's Peyton. He's not able to do anything with it. Unfortunate. That's the dream, being in smoke and secondaries blazing.
Legend trying to get flipped around. I think he's trying to get his bow pointed up the 3 line.
Yeah, he wants to get the cover.
And get away from Malamu. Malamu's just crushing him with that SAP. He's trying to get the hard cover. I think he's going to make it ahead of this torpedo salvo. FIFA is going to take one of these torpedoes, I believe. Nope, they ran out of gas. Yep, Legend's got it.
Yep. Very important positioning as John the Ruthless now making his presence known.
Indeed.
Which means...
But now they know he's not in B, so if I'm Big Boy, guess where I'm going, baby?
Yeah, he's fixing to back in, but take a look now. Dastard spotted. So with Dastard there, Big Boy knows he really can't back into the cap, although I think he probably would have been better off doing it just to trigger the radar.
And Taro taking an AP salvo from Peyton, as while the secondaries fall in a whole bunch of torpedoes going on here for Dastard from Eagle Lance, but they may lose
They're gonna
Peyton here
miss.
making this turn. Are they? I think he's going to take. Oh no, he's got a gap. He's just going to slide right through the gap. Yep.
Convenient Libertad-sized gap.
Because well, he slid into one
Nope,
actually.
he
because
actually overturned.
Libertad's handling is so ridiculous.
Yes, it is.
Now they
All right,
may
they're trying
pick
to
up.
trade
They
out
may pick
Intaro.
up Intaro here. Oh, I think they're going to get him. 900 points. Peyton's going down, but his secondary shells are still in the air. It's a trade. It's not
That's
a great
right.
trade if you're Resin, but it's a trade.
Yes, an A trade is okay. Oh,
Still is.
That's bad.
Oh,
That's
bad.
bad.
Mad Dog taking a random Delny Torp down here outside of the A cap. That's a big kill for Rain.
it really is. Gangbrang keeps managing to just land these torpedoes.
Well, the problem Resin's going to run into now, they cannot defend the D cap. They just don't have the pieces to do it. Big Boy's Ragnar is going to just start shooting it. Okay, we're going to start shooting at Dastard, but why? If you're in a Ragnar, why would you take a secondary duel with Libertad? That feels terrible. Don't do that.
And see, now this is the problem you start running into with like randoms and ranked and stuff, right? Is you got destroyer players that don't understand that. Big Boy understands, of course,
Yes.
he's going to lose against AI gunners. But the problem is, look at the score. Look at the situation. He's got no choice.
Yeah. He kind of just has to they kind of just have to try to farm out Dastard and hope for the best.
Exactly.
I'm still surprised that they didn't try to grab B when they could have. But then again, Dastard's position basically made it impossible.
Exactly, yes. So, now Resin's going to have to decide, they tried pushing through A. They paid dearly for it, losing that destroyer.
Right.
And now they're all kind of in one
That was a little
spot.
bit of luck, though.
Of course.
Well, we're now less than 2 minutes here from a Rain win here.
Oh, look at that white bar.
Forced to watch, just getting absolutely hammered. That must have been the Colombo AP.
Oh, it was. Malamu was
Yeah.
ready for that. And
Yeah.
that's the problem when you lose out, when you miss out on that communication back and forth. Vifire not using the smoke, probably because he wants to smoke all four of these guys forward. Forced to watch pays dearly for that. As now he's on fire.
Forced to
Wait,
watch
he's
now, just going to go ahead and use the smoke, like just not going to mess around with it anymore.
I think they're going to put him in the van so that Vifire can rotate in with his smoke as they get closer.
The coordination of watching these Venezias work together is really, really fun. It's unfortunate that I don't think it's going to generate a win for the team.
No, and here we see Vifire smoking himself now, so we've got a wider smoke? I don't know. That just feels
I guess
bad.
they just realized, they get a torpedo to Ship Shady, and they can spot him, Zaf. This could be a big kill. They're trying to get shells down range. They need these points. They're going to get it right here.
Yep.
Big kill.
Yep.
So lucky torpedoes work both ways down here at A. That's a big kill for Resin. Buys them some time.
Yep. Meanwhile, the Venezias are shooting at their battleship cousin, Malamu's Colombo.
And doing some work there.
Honestly, I'd like to see them luck-chucking torps too, but they're not.
No, they're torps. They luck chucked the torps. That's one of the things that hit Ship Shady.
Oh.
They almost all of them got
right.
luck chucked over towards the one line down there.
Yeah.
So now both Venezias retreating, kind of pulling back here. The Shimakaze, that is Eagle, now going to step onto B, but that's literally just buying them 10 extra seconds.
Yeah, but we also have Big Boy getting onto the decap.
Big Boy get on. I think what he has to do is he's going to end up having to play Ring Around the Rosie with this Salem and hope he doesn't get dead.
Yep.
Salem doesn't. Oh, Libertad hurts him bad, but he's on his last heal. Salem radar under 20 more seconds on the Salem radar, but of course Salem doesn't have hydro. He's running defensive fire back there. Well, he has to. That's my point. He can't take both. He can't take both.
Right.
That's my point.
So he needs to get within assured acquisition range.
The A cap is going to fall. Gangbarang's Delny sneaks back down the one line, going to pick that up. So we're flipping
7
caps everywhere. We're
seconds.
still 7 seconds here from a Rain win in Game 4.
Oh.
And wow. Okay, that kind of did it.
That kind of did it. Frice going down.
Frice's Mosfa gets just dunked by Malamud about 20 kilometers or so. And yeah, that's the game.
And that's the match.
I gotta say, Seth, I was pulling for Resin.
Oh, me too.
I really, really liked the Venezia play at A. I thought that was incredibly well coordinated. It was obvious they had put some thought into how that would work. And those two guys, you know, working together, taking the lead, swapping smokes, so on and so forth. But Rain holding steady, and they're just not able to turn it into a win.
Yeah, well, congratulations to Rain. They will advance to the final, and Resin will duke it out for some more money, trying to get the third place in this tournament.
Indeed, going on to see Rain going on to see if they can win an even larger share of the cash. They're at second place now at a minimum, so I think that's what 12 grand or something like that. So they're
Let's
certainly
take
not
a
hurting.
look.